colleagues from the media, thank you very much for attending this morning's press conference. This is the culmination of more than a year of hard work by members of the committee and also with extensive consultations. So I'm very glad that we're able to launch the report today. Let me start by saying that we have done economic reviews before, and the CFD is the latest. And in a way, this is very much a part of the Singapore way. We anticipate change, we face up the challenges squarely, and to do a serious study of what we can do to position Singapore, to give our people and businesses good opportunities. And this is what we've done at every phase of our journey: build on existing strengths, grow new capabilities, and move away from activities that are more viable. But I was involved when I was in MTI years back. We had BRC 2003, Raditons, and also the years we had the Economic Strategies Committee 2010. And in both those cases, we had the event the deliberations of the committee took place after a major crisis. Dot-com bubble and SARS, the earlier period, and of course a global financial crisis just before 2010. But if you look at our CFP was not started because there was some major events that happened before. Rather, it is our effort to position ourselves for the medium term. We always look ahead at the changes that are happening and to see what we can do, what we can do differently in order to adjust to those changes. And at the same time, we recognize that even as we discussed, some sectors are facing difficulties right now and keep our anxious. And we will address some of these immediate issues during the budget. Now, so in terms of the first feature of CFP, the goal that we started off, it is really to take medium-term assessment of the challenges and opportunities. Now, the second aspect of the CFP is that as we started work, we find that there's been an unprecedented level of change, both in the nature and the pace of those changes. And last year, I think we saw the move towards globalization getting darker, the elections in the US, Brexit, and with a number of elections coming up in Europe this year. The pace of change has also been hastened by technological breakthroughs. And many of these changes are actually quite hard to predict. The impact on corporates are also very hard to predict with accuracy. Even on the CFP committee itself, we have members of the companies that do not even exist when ESC did its work a few years back. Grab is one example, Shopbags, and stuff flips, and all these new companies that have grown very significantly in the last few years. So we basically have to grapple with this question: what will this level of change mean for us? There are positive impacts, there are negative. In terms of negative impacts, any changes in the global value chain, changes in technological disruption, anti-globalization sentiments, those can have a negative impact on us. But we also see many positive impacts. The vibrancy of the economies in the region, Asia and ASEAN, technological breakthrough that allow us to harness for productivity, innovation, and as well as the growth of the regional economies, which offer many complementary opportunities for Singapore-based companies. And so the question is, what must we do to prosper, to navigate these changes? Now, we recognize that our response this time will be different in that what the CFP aims to do is to set out the direction and a broad strategy rather than sort of detailed roadmap of how to get there. Because it's really much harder to say with any certainty which sectors will do well. And the nature of the economic interactions are vast, complex, fast changing. So we have to develop the agility and adaptability to cope with change and to seize new opportunities. So to continue to make a good living, we must remain relevant to the world. We must remain relevant to the world. And this will always be true of Singapore's position. So our strategies and recommendations ultimately revolve around this. And they will help us do three things. One, keep Singapore open and connected to the world. Two, build deep and relevant capabilities. And three, work together in new ways. So let me elaborate on each of these three areas. The first way, for Singapore to stay relevant to the world, stay open, and deepen our connections with others. Now, we have to build on the refugees that we have in terms of fiscal flows and investments in the region, but seek out new opportunities. And this will involve finding new ways to connect with our partners overseas. So one example of the recommendation of the report is about setting up a global innovation alliance. The Global Innovation Alliance will give young Singaporeans better knowledge of regional markets and further deepen our ties with the region in terms of partnership and ideas. Now, I think some of you will be heavy users of this carousel, the e-commerce app. So this actually builds this interesting link to the NUS overseas colleges. The three founders, Lucas, Marcus, Swee, were first written by Entrepreneurship Park when they were at NUS Overseas College in Silicon Valley. They were immersed in the startup culture there. And so they were inspired, they came back, we learned, started this new business. Now we want to take this model, complement it further with other elements that can support both startups as well as existing businesses to work with overseas partners in our region and as well as more broadly globally. So the GIA, the Global Innovation Alliance, complements our other recommendations to support our people and businesses to operate effectively in different markets. Now the second way for Singapore to stay relevant to the world is to build strong capabilities in our people and businesses that are based here. So besides being connected, being relevant means that we must be able to meet new needs. And in this regard, there are many strengths that we can build on. First, on developing our people. We've always placed this at the forefront of all our efforts. Education system is highly regarded. It is a chance to potential, skills future, support lifelong learning. The CFP recommendation takes this further to also focus on skills utilization, meaning it's not just about acquiring skills, but also using those skills on the job effectively. And so whether this is about having more modular courses and other modes of just-in-time learning, or having companies play a larger role to make sure that the skills that workers have acquired can be used on the job very effectively. Now on businesses, we have to help our businesses build deep corporate capabilities to innovate and to internationalize. Now we have now built up a very diverse corporate ecosystem in Singapore, comprising MNCs, large local companies, SMEs, and over maybe 5,000 tech startups. So this forms a very good base for very close and dense interaction, even amongst our corporates here. Of course, we've invested over the years in R&D, productivity improvements, and to take the next step forward, our enterprises need to go from just adding value to creating value. and to place even greater emphasis on innovation and explore new business models, come up with new products, new services, new business models. So we hope that the recommendations in the report allow us to create an environment for innovative startups to grow. For example, having more private equity and venture funds based in Singapore, promoting stronger corporate R&D capabilities, and building stronger digital capabilities that will not only create new growth in own right, but also help to transform enterprises and industries. Now, on that part, the government need to build new capabilities, not just people and businesses. So we recommend that the government must take a more forward-looking approach in regulatory area, balancing risk management with facilitating innovation, and willing to provide need demand for businesses to try out new solutions. Now, the third way in which for Singapore to stay relevant to the world is to find new ways to work together. Implementation is key in this regard. And in fact, we noticed that actually 2 out of the 7 strategies are in some ways about implementation, even though implementation of course is key in every area. One of them is the ITM strategy, Digital Transformation Plan. It concentrates on the platform by which we will roll out every strategy in an integrated, comprehensive, and intensive way. Some of you will be aware that we actually announced the ATM in last year's budget. And in fact, very early on in the discussion with the CAT members, we saw the potential for ATMs to be an integrated platform to bring people together. So as a result, we decided that we should just start it, do it, see what we can learn from it, and work on it to improve it. So several of the ITMs have actually been announced and rolled out. This is getting good traction. So we will, this reflect a new way of working together that recognizes that change will affect different industries in different ways. Each industry will have specific opportunities and challenges which it has to address, and by bringing people together, we can address this much more effectively. So we are rolling out ITMs across 23 sectors. We are not picking the leaders as such, but we believe that every industry is companies that are ready to transform and push ahead, and that this will lead to the upgrading of the sector as a whole. Now, the partnership strategy goes further to look at new cultural collaboration. So it's not just one strategy operating independently, but really how several strategies come together to reinforce such agreements. And so by bringing the TACs, industry leaders, unions and workers, as well as government together, we believe that we can achieve more. So as a whole, the CAT's recommendation puts us in a good position to respond to the rapidly changing global environment. This will prepare our businesses and people to create and seize opportunities from open and connected Singapore, to create new ways for us to work together, to transform and overcome challenges, and to keep us relevant and contributing to the world at a time when everyone around the world is grappling with uncertain futures. So I would like to thank my committee members and partners who have helped us reach out to 9,000 over stakeholders as well as members of the public last year. The CAT's focus on the need for partnership reflects the support that we receive from trade associations and chambers and unions, in particular like the agency, SPF, NTUC, for your support in organizing engagements with businesses, with business communities and union members. I think it reflects our ability to come together as a tripartite platform. It's very valuable. Now, many of the recommendations that were put forward have also come from ideas offered by academics and students. The Institute of Policy Studies, for example, IPS CAT conference last July. IHLs have also started by me, faculty members, students, and they've given us a very useful recommendations and ideas. I'm very heartened by each of the contribution, which reflect the energy and creativity and enthusiasm of our people. So on behalf of CFE, many thanks to members of the public for giving feedback, our media partners, that also helped me with these very interesting sessions and followed my course. To help us spread the work of the CFE, and also the enthusiasm and thoughtfulness shown by our contributors. It's a source of confidence to reflect the spirit that we have within the future challenges together. Let me just say a few words in Mandarin.